Today, it's the National Football League. It's the AFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
On first down, Shields throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A give up the middle to Lindsey, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here are the Bills now backed up to get this drive started. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete and out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Peterson to throw on second down. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Peterson on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
To throw is Peterson. Looking to throw on second down. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Peterson to throw on third down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards. And that also leads to fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run by Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Shield.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And here come the Bills.
And you know, Charles, it's been a terrific season for them. They couldn't quite get that #1 seed and the associated bye that goes with it, but nevertheless, they've got to be one of the favorites here to win it all.
They do, because of the season that they've had, the position that they're in, and we know under the old playoff system, they would have this game off. This weekend would not be one that they would play, but nevertheless, maybe it's a good thing. Sometimes you carry that momentum from the season all the way through the playoffs. If you get that open week, sometimes you lose it a little bit. So I think that's what's going to be their mindset.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 3rd and 2, Peterson.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The first down carry here for Johnson.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Peterson finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Peterson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Peterson now to throw on 2nd down. A quick throw, but incomplete. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Peterson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Back to throw. Peterson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Looking to throw. Peterson. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will strike first here in this wild card matchup. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Shields. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A give running right, Lindsey. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Looking to throw. Shields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Shields. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Shields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Shields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to throw. Shields.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Shields. Touchdown, Raiders! From 10 yards out.
And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the...
And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
Up the middle they go. Stapleton.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 36 yards on the play.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Peterson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Peterson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Stapleton. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Peterson. Touchdown, Bills.
Jamison Williams
From 4 yards out.
And the Bills have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
A try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Throwing on 1st down. Shields. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Drake Jackson.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Shields eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Peterson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again. Peterson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. but what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Peterson now on third down. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Peterson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. To throw is Peterson. Looking to throw on 2nd down.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looking to throw. Peterson. That's complete right around the 8.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Back to throw. Peterson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Peterson. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Peterson flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Shields.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
To throw on 3rd down. Shields. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
They'll go with Lindsey up the middle, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Shields.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Shields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Shields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Shields. They'll find Miller. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Operating from the gun, Peterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Here's Peterson throwing on 1st down.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Peterson on 1st and 10.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Peterson. A final shot before break. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. So we're at halftime of this AFC wild card matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We had great action yesterday, and this, the first of 3 more games coming at you here on Wild Card Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wild card game. And you can see the result there. Meanwhile, nothing settled in our wild card game. It's a tight one as we get ready for the 3rd quarter. Standing by to take you the rest of the way, let's get it back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Peterson on first down. Got his man, it's Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Second and 6.
Operating from the gun, Peterson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Looking to throw. Peterson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion at even 20 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now a handoff, Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Peterson to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They'll hand it off now, Johnson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Back to throw. Peterson into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Shields. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Shields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Here's the Raiders punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Off the play fake. Shields. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. To throw on second down. Shields looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Off play action. Shields steps away. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson.
42 yards on the ground for him so far.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Shields. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Shields. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Shields. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
A give up the middle to Lindsey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Shields.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shields.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on 3rd downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Shields. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 19. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Shields. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Bills ready to take over.
And right now, they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
Johnson running right. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw is Peterson. To throw on third down. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play. Wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. They go play action here on first down.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They go to Johnson again. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trail by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Shields.
And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Shields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. From the gun on 3rd down. Shields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Shields. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Looking to throw. Shields. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Shields. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Shields. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. Here's Peterson throwing on 1st down. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception. Peterson. It's complete to Williams.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stapleton. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All
tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Operating from the gun, Peterson. Escaping, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Shields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's out of bounds, so give him about 9 as that stops the clock.
To throw on 2nd down. Shields. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39. Looking to throw. Shields. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. Taken in at the 3 and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now out come the Bills.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
But nice start for them here to overtime. And maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you've just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake. Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. The guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a first throw here in overtime. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Back to throw. Peterson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Peterson. He's got it to Williams.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Peterson now on 3rd down. This one caught by Davis. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And his kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
On 1st down, Shields. He completes this into the hands of Miller. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. So a little chunk there on 1st as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that, because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them and nice for them to pick it up on third.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A field goal on this drive would extend the game. A touchdown, of course, would win it. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Shields. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Throwing on first down, Shields.
And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Shields rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Drake Jackson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
He's going to keep this again.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to keep the game alive. And his kick is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point. I'm back upbeat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Peterson now off the play fake. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
1 or 2 more big plays could get him in position for a game-winning field goal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
70 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And some room to work. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.